So children, welcome back again in our e-learning class, and the story of Taro's reward we were just continuing. And so before resuming reading, we will just try to recapitulate that in our previous class we have already come to know that hearing the sound of rushing water, when Taro went to that direction from where the sound of rushing water was coming, he just saw a beautiful little waterfall that was hidden behind a rock, and when he tasted it, he saw, or he just to his delight, he found that it was not at all water, but it was that expensive sake. And he filled the pitcher which he was having with himself on that day. He just filled it with that sake and went back home, and his father, just after having only one swallow of the liquid, he stopped shivering and he did a little dance in the middle of the floor. So next, what happened? That afternoon, a neighbor stopped by for a visit. Taro's father politely offered her a cup of sake. The lady drank it greedily. Greedily meaning is given as if desiring more and more, and thanked the old man. Then Taro told her the story of the magic waterfall. Thanking them for the delicious drink, she left in a hurry. By nightfall, she had spread the story throughout the whole village. So, just see, this Taro's family, they were very good people. They were quite humble people. As a result, when a neighbor had come in their house, they had offered her a cup of sake, and Taro, without any hesitation, just disclosed to her that how he had got that magic sake. And that lady, in turn, what she did, she just spread the news of that getting that magic sake, that means the story of that sake, throughout the whole village. That evening there was a long procession of visitors to the woodcutter's house. Each man heard the story of the waterfall and took a sip of the sake. In less than an hour, the pitcher was empty. So, when the whole village has come almost, that means it is written that a long procession of visitors, they have come to the woodcutter's house, and everyone was just given a sip of that sake, or everyone just enjoyed a sip of that sake. So what happened? Within an hour, or in less than an hour, not within even less than an hour, the pitcher was empty. Next morning, Taro started for work even earlier than the morning before. He carried with him the largest pitcher he owned, for he intended first of all to go to the waterfall. Intended means planned. When he reached it, he found to his great surprise all his neighbors there. They were carrying pitchers, jars, buckets, anything they could find to hold the magic sake. So the next morning when Taro went there, and he carried with him the largest pitcher, but while he reached that spot, he saw that already a crowd was present over there, and the crowd was only of his neighbors. That means the people who had heard about that magic sake. They had gone over there just carrying with them pitchers, jars, buckets, whatever they were having. That means they all thought, or it was their intention that we must just try to bring back home as much sake as possible. So they had carried with them whatever they have got. Then one villager knelt and held his mouth under the waterfall to drink. He drank again and then shouted angrily, "Water! Nothing but water!" Others also tried, but there was no sake, only cold water. But to their utter disgrace, they didn't get the sake, but it was only cold water. So just think, with what sort of hope, with what sort of dream they went there, with whatever they have got in their home, pitchers, buckets, whatever. And when they went there, they just found that no sake was available, only plain water it was. So they became very angry. So in our next class, we will see what happened with Taro after that. Bye.